And we're live. Hello. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie is joining me today.
Hello, everybody.
So, I do apologize if any technical issues ensue because I'm having technical issues, and I apologize. Let's see here. Maggie is in the chat. Hello, Maggie. I was going back and forth with her on some things. How are you today? How is everyone?
I'm doing pretty good. I got the coffee. I'm jumping ahead to fall a little bit. I got the pumpkin spice in here already.
I can't wait for that. But it's a little I am so ready for fall. It's been so hot here with feels like temps of approximately 110.
Our weather up here is fluctuating. We'll have like really muggy or really super hot. You know, feels like it's almost fall here. So, hey Maggie.
That sounds lovely.
Hi CB.
I would love to go to upstate New York. And hello CB and Maggie. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Okay. Okay. So I'm not quite sure if I'll have any other guests at this point, but we can go into into some intros. Anybody would you like to go, Bonnie? If you'd like to do
sure.
That. Looks fun.
Hi, my name's Bonnie. My channel's Bonnie Being Bonnie. I haven't been doing much with YouTube, just continuing along my writing process. I've yet to publish a novel, but hopefully that'll happen in the future. Still slowly working away through my book and life, and I'm here to be productive. I hope you are too.
I am. Let's see. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit. And I am a writer, editor, and artist. As a writer, lots and lots of different things over the years, but I am, as far as writing goes, sticking to fiction currently. I'm working on a book. It is a fantasy, but it is I've debated whether or not to call it a YA fantasy. I mean, the character's age is 18. She turns 18 on the day the book opens, and but however, it's more character based, so it's almost kind of literary. Maybe not literary, but anyway, it's definitely more character-based than plot driven. So,
very nice.
But anyway, so we've got some Celtic themes going on. Anyway, let's see. As an editor, I am a freelance line editor and proofreader. Do some line editing. As an artist, I love working with watercolors and stamps and ink and just a variety of mixed media. And I have an Etsy shop. And also, real quick, another one of my big projects right now is getting ready to be a panelist at Necronomicon Tampa. I'm getting kind of excited now, and because it's only a month away, so yeah, it's crunch time.
That's exciting
for some stuff, and it is exciting. And I started attending Necronomicon Tampa in 2014, and I started being a panelist in 2018. So, it's been quite the challenge for me because typically speaking in public is, I've had issues, let's just say. So anyway, it took me a while to get past the speaking, the what do you call it, the speaking classes in college. But anyway, I digress. It's just something I'm working on. Um, so any noise in the background currently is my husband. He has a job interview, so that's what that's going. If I
That's
can
super
talk right.
exciting.
That's what
Good luck to you.
So yeah, yes, absolutely. So that is what's going on currently. As well as my kid went back to school a week and a half ago. So I've had, I'm gearing up for just all the stuff that's happening this fall. And that's when my editing season happens because I have a lot more time, obviously. But yeah, okay then. That's pretty much it. That of any news and all that stuff. We'll see if. Oh, thank you very much for that, Bonnie. I
Sure.
was just going to grab my phone, but that works very well too. We have a timer.
I can hear you guys, yes.
Yeah. So there's also that going on. Okay, so he's outside, so that might be a little less going on. Looks
So
like
what are
Maggie's
you going
ready
to do this
for
sprint, this first sprint?
Okay, so what I'm going to do for this first sprint, I think I will. Let's see. I've got one document open. I'm going to pull another document open, which is my current chapter that I'm working on. So I do want to work in my book chapter as well as I've got another thing I'm doing too. So I might be going back and forth today because I've got a lot that's going on. I have a lot going on.
Why not? Right.
So anyway, so it's sort of a copy edit. So, alrighty, we're on deadline, so we're gonna get started. Let me get.
I think I'm gonna organize everything that I have laying around here. And I'm going to try to move along in a story that I started last Nano. And remember when I had all that jury duty stuff? I got sidetracked.
Oh, yes.
And I haven't really done too much in that story. So I'm going to go back and try to get into that while I'm still looking for the printed copy of edits that I lost of another project. So we have that. So that's what I'll be doing.
All right. Sounds good.
Do you want
hey, Bonnie, would you like to count us down?
Sure.
Yeah, that would be great.
Everybody, stretch your fingers, get your keyboards ready, go get some coffee or water or whatever you need to be productive today. It's only around noon here where I am. There's a lot left of the day. So let's get something done. 3, 2, 1, sprint.
Sprint.
Hello, everybody. We are back. Let us know how you did in that 20-minute sprint. I got up, moved around. I organized a couple things, and I am going through my personal character journal / Bible to go through and put a personal slogan representing each character in my notes here to get me back on track of where I'm at. How about you, Heather?
Cool. I opened my document and I wrote, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 55 words. So
Yay!
that's not terrible. Yeah.
I've read
So
more than
I'll be writing a portion of that will link to a chapter that I've already written. So
very nice. And it looks like Barrett joined us, and
yep.
Trying to see who else.
And also Morgan Lee.
Yes,
So Morgan
yes.
came in. Well, let me take that. Let me take that banner off. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, let me take that off. And Barrett Lori came. Thank you for coming, everybody. Everybody said hi. And Barrett said he's drafting. Cool, cool, cool. CB wrote 43 words. And Maggie's working on Barrett's author interview form. So very cool, very cool. So yeah, I'm considering doing that. That would be for his thing, the thing, his the live critique group.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So right, more than you had this morning. And I have 50 plus more than I had too. So that works. Everything helps.
I literally read through my characters, traits and problems, and just to refresh myself on this story, and just wrote a personal motto and slogan for each one. That's all I did that round. But
cool.
I'm looking for a specific timer, throwback timer.
Excuse me. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get us in the mood. I can find it. What are you writing about? What section of your story are you writing?
I am basically what I'm doing is I'm in the process of rewriting and moving some things around in the oh, that sounds weird. In the first 2 chapters, and just making sure I'm setting things up really well, the best of my ability anyway.
Mm-hmm.
For the following chapter, which has the inciting incident. So I just want to make sure that things are being set up well. Again, as best as I can.
Always good, right?
So, yeah. Yeah. And,
There's
I really want to make sure I establish a character. What's that?
There's a lot of things I'd like to set up that I'd like to do it, but I'm just like, can't wrap my brain around it. Mostly it's technical stuff, not in the book, but other stuff. So
yes.
What do you think about this timer when we all right, we don't need to go yet unless you want, but I figured it'd be nice to bring back the AuthorTube timer of books so we can all get
Yeah, I
motivated
haven't
to get ours
seen
published.
those in a while.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a while, so I thought we'll do a throwback Thursday for AuthorTube timer. How about that?
Throwback Thursday.
And this
Yeah.
proves it is
Sounds
possible for people to self-publish and finish projects. So
Awesome. I love it. And real quick, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, I'm basically my other project, which I'll work on later, probably after the stream, is an edit for a writer friend that that I met locally here. So
very
that's what that
nice.
is. Yeah.
And you're down near Orlando, right?
I am approximately an hour and a half south of Orlando. I'm in the Tampa area, the Tampa Bay
Tampa.
area.
Okay.
I'm like Tampa is like if I drive for like 5 minutes down the road, I'll be in Tampa. I'm so close.
That's really nice.
But I'm in Pinellas County. I'm in Pinellas County, but I'm like right at the thing, right near the county line. So.
And I'm right near the Great Lakes, so.
Oh.
So.
No wonder you're already getting fall weather. Jeez,
Yeah.
I would really like some of that.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel like fall. So
almost hoodie season almost.
Well, maybe sometimes in October, but not really. Not usually.
It's the rain. Too much rain sometimes. But it hasn't been too bad. Hasn't been too bad.
Alrighty. Anyway, would you like me to count down? Or would you like to? Me? Okay. Me is fine. I can do it.
I'm going to try to write this script now that I've got myself in the story. So.
Florida is so different from where you are, CB. I know. I know it's very cold and rainy where you are.
I've been to Orlando and I've been to Fort Lauderdale a ton of times. I've been to Boca Raton.
Okay. Tampa Bay is where Busch Gardens, Tampa. That's about 45 minutes away from where I am.
Nice. I'm sure
that gives people an idea.
I'm sure in the future sometime I'll go to Florida again, but probably not in the near future. So
right now might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
focus on
going into detail about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back on track. Everybody, if you get dehydrated, please remember to drink water. I need to drink water because if I don't, that can be a migraine trigger. Anyway,
I need to
do what you got to do. Stretch if you gotta. Get up and walk around if you gotta. Very important. But if you're ready to get started on working, please remember to sit up straight and let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sprint. Okay. What did everybody do? What did everybody do? Thank you for running that for me, Bonnie.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. A couple of people came in. Hey, Charlie, I resent it. Well, I sent it with actually a link in it. So if you want, I can do that again. It's no problem if it's easier. Take
Hey, Kat.
and
Charlie.
say hi. I was just gonna say hi too to Kat and Charlie. Yeah, Barrett, isn't that that's a neat timer? Okay. All right, that's cool.
No, I had the same issue, Charlie. You're not a dum-dum.
Oh, for heaven's sake. No, definitely not. So let's see. I wanted to check on something in my Scrivener document. So and then I realized, oh, I wanted this and this. Wait a minute, so I'm still kind of interspersing different things and trying to weave them together into something that's coherent. Yeah, I sometimes I do the same thing as far as lurk and then forget to say hi. Oh, wait. What did you do, Bonnie? I asked while I click on.
I was working on this story, and I'll read a little bit if you want.
If you'd like, you don't have to.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to just let you know this is a sci-fi area. And
On camera.
my brain is really jacked up because I'm a writer. So, okay. I wrote, she watched them inject the needle in her hand. It has nanos. We can track everything. Good, now get her ready. The man in the white lab coat laid her down on the belt that inserted her into the dark tunnel. The machine scanned her in entirety. Get the others ready when you're done. We have to get them back to the launch base. The man in the lab coat nodded as his director disappeared through the code and force doors. With all the AI, I don't know why they care about you, the man said as he removed her from the scanning machine. Get dressed, you have a job to do. She nodded and pulled her uniform on quickly. The lab was filled with white coats as she hurried to the loading dock. This will be a short trip. You're expected to follow the orders of Sophia and Alan. They will be your AI team leaders for this trip. The updated nanos inserted into your body will create a new fiber connection to our systems. AI personnel will be monitored continually. New updates and programs will download automatically. The group stood straight and silent. To speak out would be out of line. The controller would expire you instantly if any disobedience was shown. Neural connections to their intelligence center was crucial to exist. Long had the years passed of natural humans. Nanos and cyber layers added to the brain were obligatory to function in society. And I wrote a little more than that. It's a little deeper and darker, but that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, now you have to wipe my glasses, pardon.
I do. It's a little sci-fi, but some other stuff happened, so this is not the main event. So
sounds interesting, though.
Yeah,
sounds interesting so far.
I write so much crazy different stuff and everything. Like I jump from document to document. Like I have so many stories, but I need to like fine tune them. And this one, I just want to finish it so I can be done.
See, I know I won't be able to write about AI for a while because the whole time I'm just sitting here thinking, what did they do to poor Rutherford? Wait, no, it's a different character. What's going on?
I've got to say I've been interested in AI for at least 5 or 6 years, and have watched and read and looked at a lot of stuff. So, and I even use some AI apps I really enjoy too. So it's pretty cool. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Cool. I fell down that rabbit hole a long time ago and still never crawled out. So like many other topics and interests, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Been there, done that myself. Looks like Cat Leo submitted episode 2 for her Vala project. Very, very cool.
I think that you sent me a snippet. I'll have to read that in a little bit.
So, what do you think? Should I add? That's just a small little section, though, of kind of introducing the scene in this chapter here. But I could use a little bit of advice if you think of anything I could change or add, or it's just I'll take any writing advice I can get.
For me, when I'm writing about various AI things, I either like to heighten the emotion around them to accentuate the lack within them, or show the contrast of what artificial emotion would be like compared to organic, real.
Well, you have to read the beginning of the book for that.
Okay. I'm just saying that you were asking for like what might want to be
like when I read that little section. Do you think I should add more scenery details, because it is more of a setting up the situation for that chapter? It's so hard.
Yeah, I don't know if I had the same image in my mind that you had in yours, but I did.
I feel like I should describe the facility more before I get into the situation more.
Well, that
in this chapter,
sense.
You know what I mean? Work on the setting a little more, because this is a new chapter, so we'll see.
Just remember,
chapter beginning.
Isn't it crazy how your life and your personal situations just impact what you want to work on and the stories you write and how dark you get?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you could be upset about something totally different and then write about something totally different, but your upsetness goes into that. You're like, oh, I'm talking about AI. I'm in a dark mood today.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, and then you have to go back and pull it out because you're like, boy, was I in a dark place that day. I was laughing away. No, it has to go.
Yeah, I'm an inverse mood writer. So the happier the fiction I produce, the darker my mood generally is, and vice versa.
Interesting. I'm the same way, Barrett.
See, this is the thing that I disagree with. I just want to step back and say I don't think that there's such a thing as overdoing world building. I think there's such a thing as oversharing in the text world building. Yes. But remember, the goal here is to actually get fans more than readers. At least it is for me, because fans will buy your next book too. So
mine is just to be able to do the process completely.
That's
from
why,
beginning to end, I love all the information I get from more experienced writers and published authors, because I'm still in the beginning of my journey. So
yeah, that's why I'm such a proponent of things like World Anvil, because that gives you a place to share that extra world building for the people that are interested in it and make them into super fans. Because remember, it's the minutia, it's all the milieu that makes super fans, where they have enough information that they can start guessing and making educated guesses. Because the moment you create your first super fan is the moment you have somebody start theorizing about what's going to happen in your story. Yeah. Because that takes.
Yeah, I'm an emotional character writer usually, where I get the character in my head in a scenario, and then I really just want to tell the character's story, and then I have to go back in and add a little more detail. For me, I feel like I just want to tell the story, and sometimes I get more dialogue, and sometimes I get less. But you're at a better place than me. I'm writing just to make sure I get the process correct and get my story told, where I don't know what I would do if I had a fandom. I haven't published a book yet, so.
And yeah,
they like me, that could be I wouldn't do it just for the fandom if you're new like me, but you know, write it to tell the story, in my opinion. So.
See, this is why I always used to compare myself to Asimov, especially at the earliest phases of my career, is I generally have the story in mind more than the characters. And my biggest struggle is to actually make the characters personable because to me it's I'm very much a story first. I write a lot of ideas, hero stories, and I have to work very, very hard to make them have characters.
Gotcha. My brain, like when I'm doing a mind dump for a story idea, I do like the mind map. Usually everything I write starts with some kind of scenario. And it usually starts with, you know, something around me may have triggered a scenario or a thought, or something somebody's doing may have made me think of a worst case scenario of something. And then I'm like, okay, who's the character living this scenario? Let me tell this story. So that's usually how my brain starts bubbling. And then I just spit it all on the mind map and try to organize it.
Yeah, I've been really interested to see how people have been reacting to my Blinded Angels series, which I'm doing over on Vela right now, because it's very character centric. It's very character focused. And as a result, it's a much more of a slow boil story than I normally do. I mean, normally by now, let's see, I've got up to chapter 10 scheduled. There would have been quite a few fight scenes, action scenes, and much more adventure. But we've really spent a lot of time getting to know the characters and getting to know the world in there, which is a lot. It's very different from the way I normally approach story, because I'm really trying to get characters that people care about.
Right. And thank you for sharing so much, especially with me and everyone, you know, because you've developed a rhythm to get your stuff published and finished, and you've been writing long enough to have that rhythm built up and keep progressing. So it's definitely something to look up to if you're newer in the writing community, or you just started writing or haven't published. It's definitely something to look up to. But not compare yourself, compare yourself to if you're new, but look up to develop a rhythm that works for you.
Yeah, my first book came out 15 years ago, which just feels unreal. It really feels unreal. I was actually hoping to complete one of the series that I had been doing, that the program that it was being done with got canceled before the series did, but then Vela put out the rule that you can't have more than 5,000 words of previously published material. So I would basically have to say, this is a continuation of this anthology, so go buy that, and now you can read, if I did it that way. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. That was one of my plans.
Can I go totally off topic? You know, Bonnie being Bonnie, but
yeah,
look what I can do.
Oh, yeah, your
look what I can do.
Ankle and foot, they can handle that now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yay.
Yay.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
When was that? When did that happen?
I broke my ankle completely, detached the ligaments, everything, and had the surgery with the rod and the plate and the screws all put in, and at the end of February.
Oh, okay.
So,
and it was a few months ago, but
it was like 3.5 months of not being able to get out of bed, physical therapy, doing exercises like resistance and, you know what I mean, yoga and stuff. And now I can do a light jog. I couldn't cross my legs, which is a bad habit. I've had since forever, sitting crisscross in the chair. I can finally do that again without immense pain. So yay. I just wanted to brag. I'm getting there. Yeah. We'll see how winter does me though.
Yeah. You might have some arthritis.
Well,
I do after I sprained my ankle really bad a couple years ago. it definitely has been. It bothers me from time to time.
It's funny how something that can happen to you, because I think of where I was in February of the things, the place, the direction my life was headed, and it flipped that one night that I broke my ankle and kind of made me take a step back because I couldn't do anything. Being the only one who, not the only one, being the main one who does everything around the house and being the main one who waits on people versus getting waited on. It's really hard for me to ask anybody for anything. So it was a really big challenge for me to rely on other people. And I'm finally getting back to normal. The kids are going to go back to school. So
the exciting thing is you may be joining the rest of us as a weather witch and start feeling the storms coming.
Oh, I already do. I already do. I'm like, oh, it's going to rain. Oh,
yeah. I was saying that to my husband not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. I was like, yeah, my ankle's hurting me. I think it's going to rain.
I can tell you the intensity of an incoming storm based on how many knives I feel like it's going through my knees.
That is not fun.
It's all about context.
I get those sporadic, like really sharp stabbing pains once in a while. But that's because the doctor said I have small bones, and so part of the metal bar I can feel underneath my ankle bone slightly. But he said, unless it's a problem and I want the steel removed, I mean, it's already fused to my bone, so that's not happening. But you get those little sharp pains. They're excruciating, Charlie. I can't imagine getting them in my knees.
Well, I've often felt that it's all about context. It's one of those things that you have to, especially if you deal with a lot of little annoyances, is just putting it into a context. Like I said, joining us as a weather witch, because then I look at it as a weird superpower and not like, wow, there are knives going through my joints right now.
Yeah.
Do you ever get those sharp pains so bad out of nowhere that it just takes you down?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
I had a major surgery when I was 7, and they left so much scar tissue on the inside of me that periodically it felt like I was stabbed in the gut.
Oh.
And I lived that way until they figured out what was wrong, and I had a second surgery when I was 16. So
this was my first surgery, so
I learned how to cope with this for like when I was really young.
I hate being in pain. I hate being in pain.
It was a good preparation for life. I learned how to cope with that when I was a kid. So changing perspective is an important part of that.
Yeah. My hubby had surgery on his eyes. Was it the day he was born? The day he was born, and then when he was 2, and then a few years ago, because he was born cross-eyed. So, so yeah. And I've had some surgeries in my past, but on my legs, and it's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years on the 30th since I had the stent placed. So my legs don't hurt as bad, but I do have to wear compression stockings every day in the Florida heat.
It's not fun.
No, because I wear jeans over. Or these light-colored jeggings. But anyway, yeah. So I have to deal with that. Whatever.
Anytime I have to put on compression stockings, you just tell yourself, you just start singing along to Justin Timberlake's "Bringing Sexy Back." You putting the legs together. You bringing sexy back. It's okay.
Oh yeah, JT.
Mine are those. There's my camera again. Mine are those running ones. At least they're easier to buy now. And I don't mind wearing them with some shorts, but mostly I mostly just wear leggings.
That's so funny. Charlie made me think about this big overnight bag I had, like super in my early 20s, and it said Mrs. Timberlake. I just remember this was before I was married, and I'd go up to Syracuse every weekend, and I remember taking this bag, Mrs. Timberlake. Like young 20s, you think you're all fly, and you're in your best self. Your best body self, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's
20s, sure. Right? Yeah.
My 20s.
Mrs. Timberlake.
How I survived them, I will never know.
I have to say, at least my 20s were 20s where it was fun to be in your 20s and go out. There was early 2000s, there was more stuff to do. There was more places, more things to do versus the 21-year-olds can't get out and do as much now. But
yeah.
That would have been so much
the bars and clubs were way crazier. Way crazier.
Okay, in my 20s, I did go out some, and this was during the line dancing craze.
No, when I went to the bars, they used to have. I remember going to this place. They had a rotating dance floor. They had panels. You come up here. They did all kinds of crazy contests. They'd bring in oxygen bars with flavored oxygen.
I was boring.
Bubble parties where the whole bar would be full of soap bubbles.
I was such a club kid. It really depended on the night. Because Thursdays was the day to get your aggression out, so you go to the clubs where they had the mosh pits and beat the crap out of your best friends for a couple hours and call it dancing. And then Friday, Saturday, you go out to the other bars and just dance the night away.
Me and my friends, Wednesday nights was go to the Latin club night. Thursdays we go to the reggae club. Friday, Saturday we go to the dance clubs, and then Sunday we'd be just horrible. But 20s, you could work 10 hours and then still have the energy to go out with your friends in your 20s,
I was such a club kid. I was such a club kid that the DJs would see me come in and play songs to announce my arrival because trouble just walked in.
My early 20s, I was pretty single for a long time. I worked, I cut hair. I worked 2 jobs. I went to school, and I had my oldest son. So I remember my 20s were even though they were a lot of work, it was a lot of freedom for myself. So
I loved dancing, Kat. That's the one thing I miss most from all my knee problems is I miss the dancing.
Kat, it's okay if you're drinking and you're with your friends.
I was boring in my 20s.
Oh no!
I was anything but luckily I survived.
I have a love-hate relationship with social dancing. I love watching it. It makes me feel like dancing, but I always feel very awkward.
But I grew up really fast. I grew up really fast too. I moved out at 17. I was a junior in high school. I had already worked, had an apartment holding down before I even finished high school. And so, different people grow up at different rates depending on the situations they're in,
I was a cautionary tale.
Very true. Very true.
I was, I'll do whatever I want when I want because I take care of myself type person. So, not anymore. Not anymore. No.
On a side note, the cinnamon coffee may be the happiest moment of my life in the last couple of weeks.
Great. I don't know how I got to this point, but I'm having flashbacks now. Is this writing motivation?
Yes.
We'll save this for Twitch chat, just chatting stream.
So I'm hoping to get maybe some more editing done. I've gotten 3 chapters edited and scheduled this week. And I've only got 4 more on this season of Blinded Angels. So I'm hoping to take this weird burst of creative energy and actually get ahead.
You are awesome, Charlie. I look up to you so much. I'm just happy if I can type 2 pages a day. If I can do two double space pages a day, I'm okay with myself right now. So
after I get this
That's me
schedule,
as well.
especially since I still haven't heard back on the fantasy project, I'm going to edit a novella, a sci-fi novella that I did. And depending on how I feel about that, that's either going to be a Vela project or something else. I think it might be a Vela project. The chapters are very episodic, so I think it would work over there.
I'm almost feeling like I shouldn't jump into a big project again, and maybe I'll try to, like, after today, I'm going to work on this, but try to work on some Wattpad stories or something, just to, I can publish them really quickly and feel like I got something out.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where, like, I love doing novella writing so much that I've just started thinking of all of my writing in terms of, like, TV seasons. So I'm telling bigger stories, but in smaller chunks, so I can get it out, and I'm not feeling trapped in either editing or drafting mode. I'm just I'm moving much swifter back and forth between the two. And now, thanks to Vela, when the larger books start coming out, I'll be able to release them chapter by chapter. And whether or not the readership ever comes to Vela or not, which is a big question, I'll at least be able to feel like I'm getting stuff out in the interim.
Makes sense. I don't know. I'd like to get something, like, completely out there eventually, but I know I'm still in the beginning journey of my writing process, and I am trying my best not to apply more pressure on myself than needed, because it's very difficult to not compare your progress with other people's. And so I'm just
I will
trying to do what I need to do.
It is.
Just bear in mind one thing that's very hard for people to understand. Publishing is the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the writing. It's not the editing. It's not the criticisms.
It's the editing for me.
No, it's hitting publish.
Yeah. Well, I have to pass the editing.
You have that book done.
Yeah, dilemma.
And you're sitting there hovering over the publish button going, but is it ready though? Maybe I should give it one more editing pass. Is it ready though? Like,
at least you can get it to the point where you can see the publish button. I keep editing and go, is this worthy? Is this ready? Is this worthy? It's not worthy. I have to go back and I have to do other things. So
stories are never.
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me when this is all completed.
I forgot who said it, but it's very important to always remember: no art is ever finished; it merely escapes.
Yeah, or you just say,
my phone.
Yeah, I can relate. It's like, or you can just say, forget it. It's deadline. They're waiting, so it's just gonna have to be good enough.
Or to quote one of my favorite fictional vampires.
Easier said than done.
Or to quote one of my favorite fictional vampires, if you love something, let it go. If it doesn't return, hunt it down and kill it.
See? Here he is. If you love something, keep it close as long as possible. Never let it go, and enjoy every moment you have it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm being facetious today. I'm fighting my own demons, More coffee. That's what I need.
I had we were talking earlier about comparing. Real quick. I was out at a thrift shop about 2 weeks ago, and I bought this thing. I'd seen it somewhere. I think it was a Walmart item, but it says, "Don't compare your life to others." Hold on. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine. What does it say? They shine when it's their time. I haven't put it up on my wall yet. And you
Very
know,
nice reminder.
I liked it. I really, so I went ahead and got it.
That's
'Cause
very
I
true.
need a reminder.
That is very
Yeah,
true.
a visual reminder is good. So yeah. On that note, hey, we've got a timer up.
Yes, we
Would
did.
you like a last sprint? It's 1:39. And Charlie, would you like to count us down? You're so good at it.
Alrighty. So everybody, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and always remember that self-care is productivity for writers. Make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Make sure that you're saving your work, backing it up, because the gremlins are seriously insane right now. Like, people have been losing documents. Computers have been crashing, and somebody spilled their drink. We've had a couple people spill their drinks on their computers lately during streams.
No.
Just back your work up and keep your beverage as far away from the tower as you can.
Yeah, that makes me want to move my stuff.
We are going to get done what we are capable of getting done, and we're not going to judge ourselves in the process. Judgment, unless you're like me and you're editing, then judge away. Because that's where judgment belongs, not in drafting, in editing. And so I'm going to go read myself. All right, let's get started on this sprint, shall we? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. How'd you do that 20 minutes? I again switched to a different project. So we've done 3 different things in 3 different sprints, completing nothing. So
All hail
maybe I can get my
aviation,
2-page
our Lord
goal
and
on
Master.
one project.
Yeah, I understand. I have to go to my other project after this myself. So after the stream is over. But anyway, did you want to finish your thought, Bonnie? Sorry.
Oh, no, I just said I've worked on 3 different projects. I was working on this other story, and then I'm like, I don't know, this is trash. So I thought of something. I don't want to reveal too much or give too much, but I thought of something said at like 6 o'clock this morning that really like triggered me this morning. And I thought I was going to add that in as a line of dialogue. So, in a, the line is, "You're being insubordinate and defiant." And the response is, "Do I look like one of your employees?" So, I won't tell you what that conversation revolved around, but I'm going to use that line in my story. And that was a true line said this morning. I guess you could wonder who's the insubordinate and defiant one.
Is it me? It's usually me.
Couldn't be me.
That's awesome.
I just do everything I'm told. And you just get everything you ask for from me.
So I got halfway through another chapter. I'm now halfway through chapter 11. And I try not to be superstitious, but we writers are superstitious lots. And I had music on in the background, and right as Mother Soteria rose to start a ritual, Ghost's song Ritual started playing on the playlist, and I just went, "'Tis meant to be, 'tis meant to be, 'tis meant to be." And,
needless to say, that line is going into that quarantine story I'm slowly working on for like a year, Battle to Rule the Roost. So it's I'm gonna try to transform it into a kind of romantic comedy. So, but I got to put some of those little dark lines in there.
Because it's as many people say, it's a mood, huh?
mm-hmm.
Oh, my whole life is a mood, a different one every 15 minutes. Obviously, because I've switched projects how many times?
Wow.
I forgot how much I loved writing about Mother.
See, I love writing, but I don't know. I used to be able to stay so focused on one thing, and now I'm all over the place. But I'm hoping to build my dream daily routine for September and get back to some normalcy of consistency.
There we go. When I don't feel like being on,
that's so nice, Charlie.
When I don't feel like being on camera, I'm just going to put Mother on camera.
That's your new phase.
That's my new phase.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could have that 3D printed into an actual mask?
Oh my God.
If I could make the headdress that she wears, I thought about doing some streams as her around Halloween, but because I could do the makeup, not that difficult, but I need the headdress. I
wonder if they could take the picture and just make a 3D mask.
That would be cool.
3D print it. I mean, they can do that with drawings and make stuffed animals. Why wouldn't they be able to do that with a mask?
This is true.
Right. You could have your own Halloween collection line.
Yeah.
That would be a dream.
Make all your characters into different masks. Sell them on your merch store.
That would be really good, especially for the fantasy series.
Right. You said you wanted fandom. You could start going to conventions and selling people wearing your character masks all over the place.
If I can actually get myself to turn my sewing machine on, I actually want to do some cosplay from one of my books for maybe if we have conventions next year. Maybe, hopefully, please.
Oh, please. And, it would be, I know there's a lot of things going on here in Florida, but as of this morning, my convention's still going on, and that is from the 24th to the 26th of September. So as far as I know, it's still happening in person, but they are requiring masks and social distancing. Yeah, in 1 month, I will be participating in Necronomicon Tampa. So yeah, I think I will be, as soon as I can, filming a little something about the books I'm reading to prepare myself for my four panels that I'm speaking on. So yeah,
That'd be cool.
so that's something that I'm trying to get prepared for. Okay, and I would also like to talk some about my book. I mean, I know that it's not completed, but whatever. Things happen.
You gotta start building hype.
I'm sorry.
You gotta start building hype.
Right. Yes. So, I mean, I know it's kind of hard because there's a lot of mystery involved, but, but when I do start talking about some of the premise, people, I don't know, do sound interested.
I get excited every time you talk about the premise.
Oh,
But
that's
then again,
cool.
I think I'm in your target market, so.
Well, yeah, exactly. By the way, I did get some editing done in working with the couple chapters that I'm trying to fix. I think I might be done with it, possibly. I think. I probably will give it at least one more look over before I send it to certain people. Critique partners. Which I'm kind of nervous about, Charlie.
Oh, that's
you're
always
basically our resident expert on fantasy.
that's always a thing, is when you send it out to people and just like, are you going to understand what I'm trying to do? Can anyone understand what I'm trying to do? And I love the idea of doing that. The problem is, especially if on the next series that I'm currently drafting in the background, I would probably have to cosplay as a furry, and I would never live that down, because like most of the characters in there are like anthropomorphic animal things.
Okay, gotcha.
Or murder radishes, and well, it would be too creepy to cosplay as a murder radish.
So yesterday watching Stream with Cat made me want to dress up like a panda for Halloween.
Oh, wait a minute! I could do. Ooh.
Somebody did that to me.
Cosplay-ish thing that I wore for Halloween. What was that? Yeah, last year. That was kind of a joke on my appearance, sort of.
I don't have a panda costume, but we have this giant bear costume here at my house, like a big furry bear costume.
Oh, like they were selling a couple of years ago with those huge heads.
Yeah, and my oldest son was going around places filming, like walking around in this, like he went in Walmart and like he was jumping out at people and things like that. But it's still here. You think he's a stuffed animal, he would like grab people and scare the crap out of them. So
I just realized I could do one of the clockwork people. I might have to have the hubby take me down to the hardware store so I can find some metal and make a. Ooh, I might have to try to cosplay as a clockwork person. That would be fun.
As a clockwork person?
Now I'm debating on putting on the bear suit. Yeah, Kat, that panda clip made me happy too. It was cute.
I need to remind me to, or I will do it, to put a link to Necronomicon in the description. If it's not there, I'll put it in. I'll check anyway. But what was I going to say? I forgot. There was something else.
that sounds cozy.
But anyway, I have cosplayed as something kind of relating to a character from my book. But anyway, God, it's hard when there's a lot of mystery going on with the first book, so it's hard to. I want to make sure that I'm not giving away a lot of aspects of it, but I will say that it was. The idea stemmed from the research I was doing around finding out about my maiden name and the genealogy attached to it, because we never knew. We couldn't figure it out. It was driving us nuts, my mother and I. And whenever I go to a library to look at books of lists of names of certain genealogies, I couldn't find it. And I was like, what? I don't get it. I don't know. Whatever. And so I finally was doing it again in 2008. Rather, it was Christmas of 07. And then I realized, or whatever, I found out. I mean, that what nationality that it was. My hubby just bought me sandwiches, a sandwich. Yay! Thank you. Oh, that's cute. Is that the costume? That's funny. So it's loosely based on, it's got some genealogy involved. There's mystery. My main character is 18. That's distracting me, but
Nice. I was laughing so hard I invoked the entrance of the hubby to come and see the glory that is Bonnie.
Target market. Yes. Oh my God, that's. Are you serious?
I can't even think of that. It's just too funny.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah, I find genealogy fascinating. Yeah, but that was too funny. And so I was inspired by my research, and I just saw a bunch of things happen that kind of seemed to fit in together, and that's where I got the idea for my story. I was also thinking about, what if fairies are real? What would they be? And what are fairies? And I just started doing a lot of research about British fairies and what they really were. And so, yeah. I was kind of putting a bunch of things together. That was so adorable. Oh my God. So I just started putting a bunch of things together, which seemed to fit together really well.
That's like a panda one.
Yeah, panda one would be cute. But anyway, and and what if magic was real? And just doing a lot of playing what if. And so yeah. A release day? Not really, because I'm still not. It's not complete. I started to answer your question earlier. It is not complete, but it is. I am about almost 2/3 done. I have had to revise when I hadn't had the first draft completed. So because I realized I was not going in the right direction and stuff. So I'm but I have had a lot of clarity in the structure and in the writing and pretty recently. So I'm not quite sure of a release date, but if I give myself a deadline, that would probably be very helpful. If not by December, then in the spring. There, I said it. And having a release day that makes sense to me, would be helpful, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Well, anyway,
all at Eva.
yeah, and I had shelved this project a couple of times just due to lack of time to work on it. And so, but I kept going back to it because when people would ask me about it, I would say, yeah, I kind of want to work on it. So, you know, because the more I talk about it and think about it, the more I want to do it. Right.
Nope. I got you all beat. If I go ahead and
the mood and all of that. So
if I go ahead and release the sci-fi story that I did last year, that would be the first story I've ever put public with a character I created when I was 11.
Yeah.
So that I've been working on stories about that character for 33 years. Almost 34.
Interesting.
And I've never shared them with anyone.
Ah.
I think as writers, we all have those stories we would never share with anyone.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's one of mine that I started writing something, and I know now that it was kind of a fanfic and kind of a I don't know what it was, but this was a long time ago. I was in high school, and it was kind of silly.
I wrote a lot of poetry in high school, and I haven't done as much as an adult, but in high school I wrote poetry like it was coming out everywhere,
Yeah, I started writing poetry in my 20s. I mean, I would do it for school, obviously, but and I always enjoyed it immensely. But I didn't get back into writing really until my 20s, mid to late 20s. And I realized, no, this is something I have to do. So
I don't think I started pursuing any kind of end to specific writing or writing projects until probably 2018. And before that, I was just interested in sales and marketing writing. So I don't think I would always write little stories, you know what I mean? But I never put the pressure on myself to write an entire book. But even as a kid, I'd sit in the back of the school bus, and me and my friends, we would sit there and make up stories about the people driving in the cars behind us on the way to school. We just make up scenarios. Oh, they're going here because of this, and this happened, and every day we would do that. Sit in the back of the bus and stare out the window and be like, this person we take turns.
Sorry, that's how I passed the time when we were on family trips growing up. As I would after everything was quiet, I would just kind of start making up stories in my head. And so yeah, I think I've always done that since I can remember.
I still do that too. So if you're paranoid, people in other cars are staring into your car making up a story about your life, they are. I'm just messing. Sorry.
That's okay. Same, Eva. That's when I was really starting to think about publishing myself around 17, 18. Really, really thinking about that I could publish this. And, I'm still not quite sure, but I'm probably going to just self-publish because, yeah, I think I'll just do that. It'll be because you can always there's ways of going the traditional route later, if that makes any sense.
Hybrid authors are a thing.
But anyway.
And most of the traditionally published authors I know have gone indie over the last couple of years because their contracts have been getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
I did, Kat. I did.
Yeah, it's a longer path, and I'm open to it too. But yeah, if I can just get something on my bookshelf, that would be lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're old. I'm older than you, and that kind of reminds me. That does remind me that I will be streaming next week. That reminded me because next Thursday is the day before my birthday. So if anybody wants to swing by, if anybody wants to be a guest, just let me know. I guess it's gonna kind of be a party.
It's a party and we'll sprint if we want to. Sprint
Yes,
if we
exactly. And I was thinking it's a hobby.
I think I started a thing.
You did start a thing, darling. So yeah. I don't think I'll be. Oh, jeez. I don't. I don't think. What was I going to say? Oh, so I don't think I'll be streaming the following day on my actual birthday because I was kind of going to, but then I decided to splurge on a watercolor class, a live watercolor class. That's at noon on that day. So yeah. If I do have a pop up, I might. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But now, Charlie, I think the chapters 1 through what am I submitting to 16 are heading to people. I might give it, like I say, I might give it one more once over, one more chance. I kind of one more chance to have a read through before I send it to some critique partners whose opinion I value highly. So yeah. Okay. I can do that, right? I can do that.
You just got a point.
I'm talking myself down. Well.
Eva has a point. I do stream Fridays, and you could pop in and show off your watercolor painting.
Maybe. I've never done negative painting before, so yeah. Not on purpose. Well, maybe. Kind of.
I mostly draw when I'm mad.
No, we'll see.
Color when I'm upset.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, Eva. We'll see.
I got this nifty tarot coloring book.
Ooh, awesome.
So when I'm having one of those coloring therapy days, I do one of the tarot card coloring book. So that's
cool.
about it.
Wow.
You're very talented at your painting.
That's awesome. I would love one of those. Hey, though, I really, really hate to end the stream on, but it is a positive note.
Heather, you could stream while you're painting on Twitch. That would be interesting to watch.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Just have the camera on your canvas and paint.
Because I love watching the Coffee Bunny Cafe, which is
I
good
don't
and watching Lori crochet.
I can figure out a way of doing that. I don't have a tripod at the moment, but I wish I did. Maybe I can figure something out.
I bought a really cheap selfie stick that had a tripod to hold my phone so I can do stuff like that.
I do have this little cheap desk phone holder, so I don't know. Maybe I can rig something up. I might be able to do that. So we'll see. Anyway.
Sounds fun. I always enjoy your pictures.
I think the hubby wants to do something.
He wants to do laundry.
Laundry, yes. Otherwise, it would be way too much noise. But my hubby's he's the laundry doer. in the family.
Must be nice.
I'm a dishes person.
I'm a
I'm a
do
bottle watcher.
all of it person. Now I graduated to adding garbage to my list because the oldest one's gone.
But you've got kids. Kids, isn't that tradition that kids take the trash out?
Yeah, well, for the one, it's a long driveway for the younger one, so we'll see if I can train him. I have to do it for a while with him, I think.
Okay. Anyway, would anybody like to do an outro?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Charlie. I stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's a party. It's a lot of fun, and it's not because I'm all that entertaining. Y'all are just amazing. So if you want to join like some of the most amazing people in the world, definitely be over there. That is so much fun. I see the latest chapter of my Vela project, Blinded Angels, came out this week, and I'm already 2 weeks ahead on episodes for that. So every Tuesday, new episodes will be coming out of that, and hopefully people are enjoying the story. The romance is just starting to kick in, and Ellis is meeting Gray, and they're so cute together, but he's got his other men's that he's kind of interested in, and it's the love pentagram shall be profound. I'm just like, oh, the romance. They go dragon riding on their first date. It's so cute. Anyway, sorry if spoilers, but definitely like might be a sweetener to get people to read it.
It might be, yeah.
Also, my latest single, Into the Dream Realm, just went up on Amazon, so I feel like that's everywhere now. So it's already on Spotify and Apple Music and Deezer and so if you have not checked it out, definitely check it out. You can go over to my Project Shadow YouTube channel and listen to it there if you want to. I really, really like it. I actually made a really goofy music video for it that reminds me of like an intro screen to a game, because that's kind of what that song was designed for. And I've been getting a lot of good feedback on it because I wanted it to be a little happy ditty, because I was in a very dark place, and I've been told by quite a few people that they put it on to help themselves feel happy. So I'm glad that it's working for other people too. So definitely check that out. I'm really, really proud of it. And so far, nobody's caught the Easter egg on the cover art, because there's something hidden in the cover. It's very subtle. I doubt anybody will notice, but so far nobody's caught it. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody ever does.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm very happy and very proud of it. So that's what I've been up to.
And I'm going to just keep writing. I hope you guys continue on your projects and join us again for productivity sprints. I know they help me stay focused as much as possible right now. Separating the writer from the writing in that sense. But thank you for having me on, Heather. And
no problem.
I enjoy being part of the community and getting some things refocused with you.
Awesome. And
you too, Charlie. I'm sure I'll be watching your streams. So
I'm sure I will as well. What's that?
I said it's always fun having Bonnie around. Oh, if this is on Twitch, somebody clip that. I need that sound.
No, that's my daughter. She the other one said, "Go away."
Sibling rivalry.
With the computer, and then the TV, and then the phone, and then the Nintendo Switch, and then the play. You know what I mean? They always one has the other. They're like, okay, I want this now, and they know they only have a few days left before it's only weekend games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the last week, so they're trying to soak up every bit they can get of every electronic before I cause them to go through school withdrawal from the electronics.
EST.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yay. Oh, I know what I was going to say earlier. Hey, Bonnie. Hey Bonnie, this morning on the news was a video Reese Witherspoon had done of her because her kids had gone back to school, so she did it. She did a dance, and it was hilarious.
I am so ready. I'm gonna mask up and be safe, extra safe. You know what I mean? But I swear to God, as soon as these kids go back to school, I am gonna go right in some other places by myself and do whatever I want for a few days, all day. Because, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't wait to walk into some of my places and they're like, "We haven't seen you in a year."
Right, exactly. That first day, when was that? 2 weeks ago now. That first day, I went for the longest walk with my dog after getting him on the bus.
There's a difference between being alone and being alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just said there's a difference between being alone, like I'm pretty much in the downstairs alone, and actually being alone. You know what I mean? Where no one is asking you for anything or waiting on anyone or getting distracted with things. I need that like non-distracted time because as you see, I'm jumping from thing to thing. So I can't wait to just have non-distracted time from other things.
Yeah.
Even now I can hear them
understand.
Running around.
So I think I'll do a quick outro and then we'll end the stream. Too
much coffee.
Yeah, I understand. So let's see. Okay. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and let's see. I stream okay. I was dual streaming too for a little while, so I'm like getting myself confused. I stream here on YouTube on Thursdays at noon Eastern, and I'm getting distracted. Hubby's talking behind me. And let's see. So please join me next week. On the day before my birthday. I think some fun will ensue and probably some sprints. And that sounds good. And who knows, I might just do a pop-up the next day in the morning, maybe, possibly, to my Twitch or something. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Bye.